Welcome back to Politricks Watch. This is Sir P. Now, I get asked the question a lot. Bad mind blagger boy. When they say, you don't take Iron serious when them talk about God, and you say, which God? You talk about Irie heaven. Like, what is your stance on all of this? Like, what do you believe? Look at YouTube, man. Let me explain to you the problem I have with the whole God is with me, God make me do this, God I got to do this. Let me explain to you the actual problem I have. Money. Some people use money to make the world a better place. Some use it to make it worse. Water. You can use it to keep people alive. You can use it to drown people. Electricity. You can use it to give a whole village light and make people can make them fridge run to them meat not spoil. And you can keep them phone charged so they can communicate. Or you can use electricity and electrocute somebody and kill them. The same applies to religion. Religion can make people better. Religion can make people worse than the hyena running around the savannah. How you use it. My problem in all of this is how, from a juvenile till now, I've seen Jamaicans, and I go as far as to say people in the West. Because most of the places I've been, most of the places I've spent no real time, has been in Western countries, Western civilization. And I've observed how them use religion and how them use God. Later on in my life, I started to get some more experience with the East. Some places in the East do a similar thing, I'm going to talk about it too. But I had the most experience with Aromanians. So I'm going to talk about Aromanians. In my opinion, the average man uses religion and the concept of God as nothing more than a smokescreen and a deflection when called out for the fact that he's a vile dopey-bot. The wickedest people I know, I'm not just talking about public figures, I mean people who me know, grew up with, live amongst, the wickedest people me know call upon God the most. The wickedest people me know, the most cruel, cutthroat, covetous, dishonest, rambunctified people me know are the first to tell you about God. And I observe this phenomenon from a juvenile. The problem I have is not with religion itself, or this denomination, or Muslim, or Judaism, or Christianity, or Rasta. That in itself is not my problem. It's how you people use it. And how you pick and choose sections of it to aid, abet, and deflect from the fact that you're a demon dopey-bot. So they go through the Quran, or them go through the Bible, and them find the part them and tell them say, you can ask forgiveness for your sins, or God is merciful, so even if you do this, then you do that. Or them find every part will match the dopey-bot in them. And then they use those parts to shield themselves from any real criticism. And let's not listen to me. So when you call them out for their actions, they counter with God and religion like some kind of force field that makes them immune from being called out. So you say, hey, vile dopey-bot, get off of that little pitney rear end. That is a 5-year-old. You are a grown man. Get off of that child. Them say, well, only God can judge me. This is my problem with the God and religion thing, especially concerning Aromanians. Irish Saxons, Yankee Saxons, vile people. When you call them out for their actions, they counter with God. They say only God can judge me. So they will violate a 6-year-old. They will chop off granny head. Them and a man have a war. They can't get the man, so them send some man go kill off the whole of the man family. when you say these things, when you call them out for these things, dopey bot Irish Saxons counter with God. Them tell us, well, my God is merciful. So even though I did all these things, I said, God forgive me. So now I'm going to heaven. These things do not sit right with me, guy. That is why I tell you, if that is how Irie heaven work, then I have no interest in going to the Irie heaven. I want to go to the dog heaven, where dog and the parrot them go. You say, guy, these things you have done has destroyed countless lives. You say, guy, stop hiding a bush, draw away and hold along the people them girl people them go school. Him tell you say, him don't talk to God already, and God forgive him, and only God can judge him. File. If you look at the history of the Crusades, you will see millions of people have died, quote unquote, in the name of God. But it is really vile mankind using God as an umbrella to justify their vileness. Throughout history, mankind has murdered millions in the name of God. That's why I ask, which God? Let me explain to you something, guy. Old school Germany, not the Germany that's acting all woke and friendly now. Old school Germany, matter of fact, even during the Nazi era, German soldiers, as they were crossing borders and butchering and doing everything, them please. And of course, you know, the real history of Europe is actually extremely vile. Like, vileness in Europe isn't exclusive to the Germans. Right? But remember, say history is written by the winners. And the Germans lost. So now, you know, people like make it sound like only the Nazis and the Germans were vile. Guy, your European daddy, vile. But the Nazis, when they were moving across Europe, when they were launching them wars and massacring and butchering, from them belt buckle, they had the words, Gott min uns. Can a German confirm if I'm pronouncing that right? Gott min uns. Gottmituns. Do you know what that means? Gott min uns. It means God is with us. This is the problem I have with just vaguely saying God. Because when the Nazis say God is with us, I have to ask the question, which God? Because which God would I be with you while you're doing mass slaughtering? Which God is with Irish Saxons, right? People who murder them own granny for dead left land, them don't even plan for nothing with. So this is what I've observed. A man spend him whole life cutting much people throat, hold on much people girl pitney, sacrifice much baby to get them blood so him can drop it on him skull ring so that he can get more money from him scamming, all kind of something. And then after everything is said and done, and know him get old and alive, rich and comfortable, him then start go church and tell us, well, God forgive him, so he's now off to heaven. Let me explain something to you guys. I don't like reasoning with Jamaican pastors. Let me tell you why. I've met a few but me can reason with, but the majority I don't like reasoning with them. You know why? When faced with complex answers and them realize them can't actually give no answer that a logical person would accept, they dwindle it down to something as simple as, well, my brother, just trust and believe. Any guy who's listening to this now, if you know your pastor and you know your pastor is somebody that is intelligent, not just a man of God, not a spiritual man, but a man who can reason properly, let him hear this video and make him provide a response to this question we may go ask right now. And let me hear it. Pastor guy, if you're so big and bold and confident, you can turn it all now one sermon in a church. Almost every church have a broadcast on YouTube now. Somebody send me the link when the pastor guy take on this issue. Here is the problem with how you people use God and heaven and all them things. So let's say you have an individual. Let's call her Jane. Jane don't trouble nobody. Jane is an honest woman. Jane love her neighbor like how she love herself. Jane always look out for people. She not rob nobody, she not kill nobody, nothing like that. But Jane is not saved in the Christian sense of saved. Right? Christians say saved, she's not saved, so she not go to church and she not baptized. But apart from that, Jane is an upstanding citizen. But she's not saved. Politricks, the 87, have 100 duppy behind her name already. Jane will be his 101st. Pastor guy, you listening to me? Deacon, you listening to me? Who are going to take on this? Who are going to answer this? Are you ready? Politricks are going to make Jane his 101st victim. Politricks is infinitely more vile and have done infinitely more vile things than Jane. Him see Jane, him say, hey girl, come here. Jane says, no, sorry, I don't want to come. Politricks, hey girl, this me. Him kill Jane. 101st victim. Politricks kill Jane. Police eventually catch Politricks. Politricks go prison. 101 victims. 101 lives he snuffed out. 101 families he's destroyed. But he's still alive. While in prison, Politricks gets quote-unquote saved. He turns his life around. Baptized, maybe in turn Baptist, maybe in turn Sabbath, who knows. Politricks tell us that fearing God is forgiving. And even though he is infinitely more vile than the people who he's killed, him asks forgiveness and he mean it, and now he's living a pure life, therefore he's on his way to heaven. But Jane, the woman life for him take, she wasn't saved, so she gone to hell. So the victim goes to hell, but the killer can convert and go to heaven. Who want break down that one for me? Who want make that make sense? See, here is the thing, guy. One of the reasons why your favorite killy love the idea of God so much is because in the back of his mind, him knows that him can always ask for forgiveness and wipe the slate clean. And if I know, I hope you're still with me in a pastor guy. If me know in the back of my mind, say me can do anything, I think it's blasphemy alone you can't get forgiveness for. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you can do almost everything else and ask for forgiveness and go heaven. If me know that, why would I not spend my entire life doing bad things? And then, when I'm old and bored from doing bad things, then I just quote unquote get saved. What kind of society do you end up with when everybody know in the back of their mindset them can do anything under the sun? Them can literally butcher an entire kindergarten class full of pitney. Even if you go to prison, once you turn your life around and ask forgiveness, then you're going to heaven. Why would people not do vile things? Let's face it, bad things are more exciting. Bad things are fun. It is harder for the good things. It is easier for the bad things. Almost everything that is bad is easy. Look right across the board, even if for food. Some of the worst foods we can eat are the easiest food them to get access to. If you want to have a healthy and clean diet, you have to go source this and source that, and only 3 shops sell it. But if you want fried chicken covered in beer oil and salt, that's on every corner, guy. When you're in school, what you would get peer pressured for? For the bad things. Your peers don't pressure you to do good things. A youth in school don't have 100 classmates are pressuring him for the good things. They're pressuring him for bad things. They want him to school, go on a back of bill one chalice, and then open one apps. So why would somebody avoid doing bad things when in the back of their mind they know so they can just do bad things and then just ask for forgiveness and go to heaven? You see, there are other cultures that say, especially in Eastern society, there are other cultures, other belief systems that say anything you do in this life, you will pay the price for it in the next. So that, in my opinion, would be a greater deterrent, because no one thinking to myself, hold on, even if I do something and get away with it, and all if me ask for forgiveness, me still I go get some kind of punishment for this deed. Yo, better me easy. That's how I look at it. But if you're telling me, say, hold on, so me can just kill everybody who's ever upset me and then get saved and go heaven, why would I not kill everybody who upset me? What, worst case scenario, I'm going to go to prison. Ooh, so what? I'm going to heaven. Like, heaven is more important than prison. Heaven is more important than being free in society. I mean, you're only going to live for like 100 years. Heaven is eternity. Right? So, I just kill everybody over this me and then beg forgiveness. That's how people treat religion and God. Especially in Iron Man. The vilest people tell about God, and they use God because in the back of their mind, they might tell themselves that they can do anything to anybody and then just say, God forgive me. And one time you call them out on them ways, then tell us only God can judge me. The ultimate defense. Only God can judge me is like the Susano. You say, guy, why the hell are you doing that? They counter, well, only God can judge me. So what you say next after that? So they've turned God into a weapon, not to make themselves better, but to make themselves worse. So after me done scam Granny everything what she ever make in her life, and heart attack finally killed the woman when she realized that me take everything from her. And somebody called me out. Me said, well, guess what, guy? Only God can judge me. And no matter of fact, the money that me take from Granny, I just built the nicest house and the nicest car, and now me start go church, start pay my offering, start go tithes, pastor preach, my heart has been cleansed because now me feel bad, and then I've asked forgiveness, God said I've been forgiven, so I'm off to heaven now. That is my problem with how you people use God and religion. I think you people make a mockery of God and religion. So much so that one might wonder just how patient would a God have to be for sitting and watch so much people mock him. And you say, yeah, but guy, your life demonstrates that you're vile. No, only God can judge me. And once that defense is used, just like the Susano, it's over for you, guy. So I resent the way how you dopeybots use God and religion to make yourselves immune from criticism. That's why you love God. Because you love the idea that you have the ultimate defense. You can say, well, I've changed, I ask forgiveness, now I'm going to heaven. You don't know more than God, and God knows my heart. So even though I went down to the boys' home and the girls' home, and I saw a bunch of orphans who are desperate and sad, and then use tricks and sweetie and treat and nice them up, and then violate them, right? Even though I did all that, right? Even though me and man that war, I couldn't catch him, so I sent somebody go kill out the whole of my family. Even though I did all that, I am now sorry. God knows my heart. Only God can judge me. And you're just a man and you can't tell me nothing. I'm going to heaven. Here is the difference between how you look on life and how me look on life. I do not believe that if somebody was to attack my family right now and try to take our lives, that God is going to step in and save me. I don't. From what I see, man have free will to do what they want to do. Sometimes people say there's divine intervention, but generally speaking, when a man go to kill one man, the only way the man live is if the killer miss, or the smarter way he go to kill, have one gun and defend himself. Like, countries don't rely on God, countries have armies. Countries don't say, well, God will go protect we. Even the most religious country, the Vatican City, even though it has no army, it has an army with a fixed duty to protect it if push come to shove. So even them believe in the gun to protect themselves. Remember one time they catch the pastor guy, I don't know which one it was. There was a pastor guy in Jamaica, a famous pastor guy, I don't want to mix up them name. But he must have lost him license gun or something like so. Remember that case there? Where pastor do the license gun? Because pastor knows that if push come to shove, he must go so. See, he's telling you that you must have faith, but faith is in 6 hours. He's saying you must have faith in God. If somebody attack you, just call upon God. But when somebody attack him call upon Beretta. So this is why I believe in self-defense. So I'm not atheist, in case you're wondering. However, I do not for a second believe that I'm going to be helped by any kind of divine intervention, or my family is going to be saved by divine intervention. I see it as my duty to make sure that anybody who try to take my family life, right, get a package from Perry's. And if I fail to carry out that duty, then I don't even think I deserve to keep my life. Because if a man is going to hurt me and my family, if a man is going to kill my family, that will give him the chance. Even if he goes to prison, he has a chance, according to what we hear, he have a chance to go to prison, go change in life and go to heaven. Let me say that one more time. If somebody was to harm my family, if a guy was to invade my home and harm my family, guy, I cannot give no 87 dopey bat the opportunity to go to prison, go change him heart. Because he might go change his heart and then we'll go heaven. Because God wiped the slate clean, and God is forgiving and God is merciful. And Pastor said once you really believe what happened, is that how it works? That's all I'm asking for in a guy. Clarification. Does everything get wiped clean, or do you still face consequences for what you did on earth? That's all I'm asking for, guy. Just some answers me can work with. I don't want to hear about no trust and believe. I don't want to hear it. I'm asking you, if Cheese-Tricks killed Jane in her unsaved state, and then Cheese-Tricks go prison or get saved, does that mean that Jane gone to hell and Cheese-Tricks gone to heaven? This is all I'm asking you, guy. I think you people use God to cover up your vileness. When Jamaicans talk about God and Bible, notice which part of the Bible them love. The part them will say if your left hand offend you, chop it off. That's what Jamaicans love. Them no love the part where say love your neighbor like yourself. Them no like the part where say wives be submissive to your husband like you be submissive to God. Them no like hey, we let them something then. Right, then pick out the part them will suit them agenda and then ignore the rest and tell us well that not count again man, a old time something that. But the part them like them they are the old time something. That's my problem with all of this, guy. That's my problem. Because the country with the most churches per square mile should have the best people on earth. The most honest and loving and trustworthy people on earth. And it doesn't. Western civilization should be a bastion of peace and love. And it's not. Just like how guy used the Quran for his own twisted agenda, he might tell us, well, if him kill off a bag of people in our market, put on one bump on himself, kill off a bag of people in our market, then he might get 99,000 eagle eye when he go heaven. That's my problem, guy. It's not with religion itself or God. It's with humans and how vile they are and how they twist things to suit their own vile agendas. That's why all time people say, if God was man, not founded by a man or something like so. Because the way I want to mock the concept of God and use God to further on the vile agendas, me would have to strike on it down long time, you know. Me would have to just strike on it down instantly. But as them say, man and a God. Let me tell you about the Irish Saxon mindset, guy. An Irish Saxon will be the wickedest, vilest, most dishonest, covetous dopey bat you can find. But him just find one part of the Bible and then hold on to it. And then tell us, cause him observe that one point, he's sanctified. He will bite off 500 people in the head and drink them blood. But him tell us, yeah, but in the day, I said, oh, me observe the Sabbath. Tear off our neck, drink our blood, sacrifice our to him scammer gods. And tell us, yeah, but in the day, dog, me no work on Saturday. See me I say? What? Negro, you are vile 6 days of the week. You think being good one day and following one policy is going to carry you to the gates of heaven? Which heaven? Irish heaven? Irish Saxons will be vile from Monday to Saturday, and Sunday want to come tell you about, yo, I really want to see them thing then because it's Sunday. So you want to see it Monday? You want to hear it Tuesday? Your spirituality only works one day of the week? Irish Saxon will deceive them own mother, them own brother, out of them inheritance, cut them throat and hide them body. And let me tell you, say, yeah, but end of the day, me not eat pork, so me I got heaven. So me I say, dog, yeah, man. Yeah, me not eat pork, dog. Righteous. You people are vile. That's my problem with you, Duppy Bat. If you were just inherently good people living good lives, me I say, well, me understand. But this whole heap of violence and only observing, why do you think when I make fun of people like Spratt, notice I never ever quote the Bible verse? You notice? Do you know why I don't use the Bible when time I make fun of people like Mad Sus and them people? It's because it would be ridiculous for me to pick out one part of the Bible will say one thing when I don't follow everything the Bible say. So from a biblical point of view, I wouldn't have no ground for standpoint. The Bible have 500 rules, but I don't break this one, so I'm not qualified. No, that would be foolish. I don't come at it from no holy point of view, no biblical point of view. I just come at it from a point of view that, guy, I just think that is ridiculous and vile. That is my opinion. Looking at a man and getting turned down, I think that's vile. That's my personal opinion. But I can't come at it from no biblical or holy point of view. You see it online all the time from the biggest Duppy Bat. I tell you about, yeah, God say and God say, guy, God say whole heap of things. God say don't fornicate, it don't stop you. You can't just pick, choose. Guy, it's vile. So that's my problem. So no, the local YouTuber is no atheist. I definitely believe that there's a higher being. I believe there are higher beings. I believe there's a highest being. I believe that so much things on the earth didn't just happen by chance and just naturally just working out itself. I don't believe that. But again, notice the word I use, believe. End of the day, I don't really know nothing. I'm just a blogger boy. As much knowledge as I have, my knowledge is still limited. But what I don't believe is that you people can spend your whole life being so destructive and demonic, and then when you get rich and comfortable and old in life and slow down, then you can just say, well, God forgive me and go to heaven. I don't believe that. And if so be the case, then might as well we all just be evil and then the end of the day you say, oh, God forgive me. After we done have fun and live our best life, we just say, God forgive me and we'll go to heaven. I think you're making these things up, man. I don't think that's how it works. And if that's how it works, then heaven is going to be full of Duppy Bats. And if so be the case, then you go link with the dog them. Patreon squad, big up on yourself. PIA, you don't know, more life. Ultra squad, stay circling. Bless.